Okay, Crystal, what are you taking a look at?
Well, Biden, in his own bumbling ways, stumbled into making some major news with Al Roker on Easter Sunday. Take a listen.
Are you saying that you would be taking part in our upcoming election in 2024?
Well, I'll either be rolling an egg or being the guy who's pushing them out.
Come on, help a brother out. Make some news for me.
I plan on running Al, but we're not prepared to announce it yet.
All right.
I plan on running Al, but we are not prepared to announce it yet. So there you go. Any lingering suspense over whether our octogenarian president was going to run for a second term should officially be put to bed. As we expected all along, Joe Biden is running. Even if the Dems wanted to push him out, they can't get around the problem that the chosen heir apparent, Kamala Harris, is even less popular than the current White House occupant. But there are signs that while Biden is apparently eager to do the official Easter egg roll for another 6 years, the American people are somewhat less enthusiastic about the prospect of seeing him occupy the office of the president for another term. According to a brand new CNN poll, just 32% of respondents say that he deserves to be reelected. What's more, his performance is panned across a variety of personal characteristics. 67% say that he does not have the stamina and sharpness to serve effectively, which, I mean, given that Easter egg roll clip, can you really blame them? 65% say he does not inspire confidence. 54% say he's not honest and trustworthy, and 54% also say he does not care about people like them. That last one, I would say, is particularly devastating, given that perceived empathy has always been one of Joe Biden's greatest political talents. These numbers are really bad, but among young people, the numbers are downright catastrophic. In that very same CNN poll, only 26% of voters 18 to 34 believe Biden deserves to be reelected, as opposed to 72% who do not. It's easy to take for granted young people's antipathy towards the current president. After all, he was not really their candidate in the Democratic primary. But Biden did win young voters by 26 points over Trump, and early in his presidency, young voters actually handed him very high approval ratings as he took action through the American Rescue Plan, including stimulus checks, and signed a bunch of executive orders in line with progressive priorities, things like addressing climate, lifting the minimum wage, etc. Young voters are supposed to be the bedrock of the Democratic base, and they're supposed to be the emerging coalition, which, given time, will swamp the Republicans. And yet, there are signs that the Biden team realizes they got a major problem with the youths, and they've cooked up a game plan to try to force Biden love on millennials and the newly politically powerful Gen Z. The plan is both pathetic and gross. Here are the details as reported by Axios. President Biden's not yet official bid for re-election will lean on hundreds of social media influencers who will tout Biden's record and soon may have their own briefing room at the White House, Axios has learned. So apparently, guys, the White House is working to do with influencers what has long been done with the mainstream press, which is to promise them access in exchange for favorable coverage. This is the corrupt heart of access journalism and a key reason why the mainstream press, cable news in particular, handles mainstream political figures with such kid gloves. They're more interested in maintaining their White House Christmas party invites and off-the-record briefings than they are with actually doing their job the way that they should. Well, now Biden is looking to astroturf some online enthusiasm by the same promise to influencers of goodies and proximity to power. According to Axios, hundreds of these so-called influencers are already working directly with the White House. About 24 were invited to a White House State of the Union watch party. The White House is also moving to give them a dedicated press briefing space so that they can maintain more consistent communication. Name-checked in Axios reporting as creators the White House is working with are Heather Cox Richardson, she's the wildly successful Resistant Substack author, Vivian Tu, a financial TikToker, and Harry Sisson, a young Dem political TikToker. Here, presumably, are some of the cringe dividends which are already being reaped from this program. Take a listen.
See, this is exactly what leadership looks like. Earlier today, President Biden met with the 3 Democratic representatives in Tennessee that Republicans voted on expelling. He met with them, he thanked them for fighting for democracy, and he invited them to the White House. See, unlike Republicans, President Biden actually supports democracy. And he's not going to just sit by and watch Republicans do these crazy radical things like expelling Democrats for supporting gun control. Thank you to President Biden and these representatives for standing up for democracy and standing up for America.
But judging from the comment section, not clear that Sisson's Biden propaganda efforts are really succeeding here. Some comments are supportive, for sure. Others say things like this. What a joke. That's what leadership looks like, oh brother. When kids love warmongers, how heartwarming. Let's not forget the Willow Project and the meat writing is crazy. Anyway, you get the point. I guess I've just come to expect that corporate media is co-opted, self-interested, and biased, but it's really kind of gross to see supposedly independent creators seduced by the explicit promises of access from a corporatist like Joe Biden. It's also a perfect window into the roots of media corruption. Many times, there's not a direct exchange of cash, just a quid pro quo of power, clout, and relevance. A lot of people out there willing to sell out for literally nothing. The good news is they might win clout with the current president, but they will lose it with their young audiences who are not remotely buying this spin. So Saagar, this is a big game plan to get the youths excited about Biden 2024. Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.